This episode is brought to you by Kia's first 3-row all-electric SUV, the Kia EV9, with available all-wheel drive and seating for up to 7 adults, with a 0 to 60 speed that thrills you 1 minute, and available reclining lounge seats that unwind you the next. Visit kia.com/EV9 to learn more. Ask your Kia dealer for availability. No system, no matter how advanced, can compensate for all driver error and or driving conditions. Always drive safely.
I'm Mo Rocca, and I'm excited to announce Season 4 of my podcast, Mobituaries. I've got a whole new bunch of stories to share with you about the most fascinating people and things who are no longer with us. From famous figures who died on the very same day, to the things I wish would die, like buffets. All that and much more. Listen to Mobituaries with Mo Rocca wherever you get your podcasts.
Doesn't it feel good to do Nick Cage movies? It's just different. No? We don't feel this way? Are we both being secretive here? What's happening? I can't hear anything.
Let's just start this show. Your picks have been horrible, man.
It's the point. That's the point of the show.
Isn't it?
Isn't it? It's possible. I don't understand what this podcast is about.
Poppycock. It's a fuck house.
On a weekly basis, we are consuming more concentrated bad movies than probably anybody in the history of mankind.
Poppycock.
What story? What story? What are you talking about?
Do you want lunch?
I have yet to laugh in this movie. I'll just tell you that.
You picked it, motherfucker. So just remember that.
You know what the problem with Hollywood is? They make shit. Unbelievable, unremarkable shit.
I was legitimately offended.
You were offended?
I was offended.
I didn't know you could get offended.
I was offended.
This did it.
If I were gay, I wouldn't be offended.
They're fucking making shit up, Amin.
Inconsequential detail after inconsequential detail after inconsequential detail.
Bees don't lie.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I'm holding a mic in my hands, and now I'm talking all alone.
Welcome to Cinephobe, the podcast where we break down the movies you're afraid to admit you love. I'm Zach Harper. That's Amin Hassan. That's Anthony Mayes. Reminder, if you have a submission for the show, it needs to be 40% or lower on Rotten Tomatoes for either the audience score or the critic score. This week on Cinephobe, we watch the 2007 action thriller Ghost Rider. Let's blaze.
Yo, really quick. First of all, I had, for the briefest of moments, the idea that I think we can stop doing the disclaimer now. I feel like people gotten the message. But I know as soon as we stop, it's going to go right back. So keep doing the disclaimer. I'm glad you did an abbreviated version of that. Second of all, I remember watching this movie and thinking to myself, when was this made? Because Iron Man came out a year later. And that was the beginning
this kicked off the Marvel Cinematic Universe.
Yeah, and also marked the end of all of these off-brand Marvel movies other than the Spider-Man brand that belonged to Sony and the X-Men, which was 20th Century Fox. So this Daredevil, I'm trying to think of all the other...
The Ang Lee Hulk.
Fantastic Four, like all of these were just kind of throwaways. Like if you paid enough money to Marvel, they'd let you make a movie out of their stuff. And this movie stands as a shining example of why Marvel was really wayward before the Disney Corporation stepped in and said, hey, enough of that BS.
What are you talking about? This was the first movie in the reboot of the Marvel Cinematic Universe when they started, right? This is what it felt like to me.
You guys didn't stay for the post-credits Nick Fury scene?
Oh, you scared me there for a second. I could not wait to turn this thing off.
What?
Oh, my God.
What are you talking about? What's wrong with it? We'll get into that. Ghost Rider stars Nicolas Cage. We're back in the cage, boys. Saint Nick was coming off of Wicker Man and World Trade Center in 2006. He would be in Next and National Treasure Book of Secrets in 2007. And he had Bangkok Dangerous in 2008 and Knowing in 2009. What a run. What an absolute run. How do you get Next, Ghost Rider, and National Treasure Book of Secrets all in the same year? Like, that's just home run after home run.
Can I ask a question about Nicolas Cage? I've always wanted to know. I get like, I got bills to pay. I'll do whatever movie. Sure. Let's get it done. Let's cut these checks, right? But at some point, like, isn't there a good script that comes along? It's like, yeah, I'd actually like to try that one. Is there a good director that says, no, I actually want you to play this like a normal person, not like the caricature that you are? All he does is the same damn roles, the same damn types of scripts, and I'm trying to figure out, like, is he choosing this?
What are you talking about?
I had to look it up because in my mind, it was much later. But the movie you're describing, I mean, is Adaptation, and it was 2002.
That was the last good movie he made? Is that what you're saying?
That's not true at all.
That's a good script, good director, different type of role for him. That's the last one.
Matchstick Men, 82%. Lord of War, 61%.
Oh, my God.
Was Matchstick Men 2004?
2003. I'm going up. World Trade Center, 67%.
These are not good movies. I don't
Grindhouse, 84%. Planet Terror, 74%.
Wait, what? No. Wasn't that just a trailer?
Bad Lieutenant, Port of Call, New Orleans, 85%.
That was a good movie. That was
Kick-Ass, 76%.
No.
76%.
But it wasn't good, though.
I forgot that Bad Lieutenant was Werner Herzog.
Oh, yeah, it was.
It's Werner Herzog.
Werner?
Yeah, Bundesliga.
The Trust, 63%. Actually, that's not a good movie. Snowden, 60%.
Again,
Mom and Dad, 75%. Mom and Dad was a hit at the festivals. Mandy, 90%. Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse, 97%. Teen Titans Go to the Movies, 91%.
Hold on. Very small role in Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse, where he played one of the kind of.
Talk about it. He carried it.
And then same thing with Teen Titans Go to the Movies. Very small role.
Superman. He's like any man except the super version. What are you talking about?
I'm glad that we've fully covered his 06 to 09 now with this movie. This was the missing piece in the Cage quadrilogy.
Tell you, we're not done with it. We're not done.
Oh no, we got more to go. But this one was a glaring weakness.
We also get Eva Mendes, who had done Hitch in 2005, Guilty Hearts in 2006, and had We Own the Night coming out in 2007.
I love her.
Oh, she's
such a big crush. She's the biggest crush in Hollywood I think I have is on Eva Mendes.
Yeah, 100%.
You know what I do when I have big crushes in Hollywood?
Do we want to know?
I don't think I want to know.
No, it is kind of weird, but I want to.
I just want to issue a formal Cinephobe apology in advance for what's
future
about to come. Yeah, future callback. What it means about to say that I don't know yet.
I always love to Wikipedia their relationship status. And then, like, I see who the spouse, if there's a spouse, like, I'm like, oh, geez, of course you're married. Then I look up who the spouse is because I start to think to myself, would I have a chance anyway? And Eva Mendes apparently is married to Jesus Christ himself. What's my man's name?
Gosling.
From La La Land.
Gosling?
Yeah, Ryan Gosling, yeah. And that's like just one of the, like, well, you just kind of got to pack up your tent and go home on that one. Like,
I still feel like I got a shot.
I don't know.
Fight him for, right?
I don't want to fight anyone. I just want to dirty Mac my way into it. Like, I
just start a bunch of rumors about him and Emma Stone.
She has not appeared in a film since 2014. Eva Mendes.
What was the last movie she was? The Other Guys?
Lost River.
Don't even remember.
The Other Guys was 2009.
Directed by Ryan Gosling.
Okay. Wow.
She's fantastic in The Other Guys.
Let me just tell you guys a story about the first time I ever came into contact with a working girl in my life. Right
after that. Thank God, contact happened.
I was in Las Vegas, right? I'm at the bar, not Tao, but one of the other ones, right? The smaller one.
What are we doing?
I'm telling story time, man. This is this.
It was totally unprompted.
No, it's totally
talking about Ladies of the Night.
Totally prompted. Watch this. So I'm at this bar, right, and I see like this gorgeous young lady, and she's talking to this dude that I can only describe as looking like Wayne Newton, right? Newman from Seinfeld, right? Guy's got a short sleeve button-up shirt with a breast pocket and glasses, and his shirt's tucked in, and he's got like these khakis and like New Balances on, and she's talking, and I'm like, geez, come on, man. Like, you got to do better than this. So the guy goes to the bathroom or something. And so I slide right in. I was like, what you doing talking to that guy, man? You're beautiful. You should hang out with someone like me. She says, no, he's got a great personality. I said, personality? I got a great personality. Everyone says I got a wonderful personality. And then she looks at me. She says, no. I said, he has a great personality. Do you have a great personality? And like the beautiful mind math started happening in my brain. I was like, oh no, I don't have any personality at all. And I scurried off. I felt like a child who'd been accosted by like a pedophile or something like that, someone like Mayes. So I say all that to say, right, like when I look up the Wikipedia entries on these Hollywood crushes that I have, and I see the spouses are just like normal kind of people, I'm always like, personality. I got personality. What you doing with a guy like that? Sidebar.
Sidebar your own sidebar.
Oh, because this is even better. I was out in LA like a year ago or so, and I saw the actress Busy Phillips, who admittedly not an Eva Mendes level crush,
right? Yeah,
but like still kind of like, yeah, she's kind of cute or whatever. Like, so I had looked up before that she's married and her husband is some dude. I'm like, oh, I got this. And her husband was there. And lo and behold, the husband is an ESPN fan. And so I spent the night talking to the husband and not the Busy Phillips.
She must have been busy.
It is. I'd love to fill her up. Phillips?
Who's the girl from Brittany Runs a Marathon and she was in 22 Jump Street?
Jillian Bell?
Yeah. I found her on Bumble once. And I'm not trying to be rude here, but I'm not really attracted to her, but I swiped right because I was like, hey, what the hell?
Wait, is she the one from
Workaholics?
22 Jump Street.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
She's good in everything, man.
No, I wouldn't swipe right on that either.
No, I did, just to, you never know. Go to a premiere or something.
I kind of know.
All right. We also get Sam Elliott from Roadhouse.
My man.
Peter Fonda from Easy Rider and from being the brother to Jane Fonda.
Peter Fonda. Playing who, you might ask? The devil.
The devil. Wes Bentley from American Beauty. He's apparently still alive.
Amazing trivia on him later.
And we also get David Roberts from the Matrix franchise, who he was the police chief in this one or something like that.
And Rebel Wilson in her film debut.
And Rebel Wilson.
That was her.
Yeah, that's her.
That was her. I was looking.
That's her attempting an American accent.
Yeah, and her Australian accent crept out.
Oh, it did.
As the more she spoke on TV, the more I was like, she can't hold this together, guys.
No. Ghost Rider is directed by Mark Steven Johnson, who also directed Simon Birch, Daredevil, and Killing Season with John Travolta playing a Bosnian assassin hunting down an old Robert De Niro.
You just mentioned that one on the I Am Wrath podcast.
Yeah.
Also, this guy broke out by writing Grumpy Old Men.
Yes, he wrote this movie as well. He has a screenplay credit for Ghost Rider. His writing credits: Grumpy Old Men, Grumpier Old Men, Simon Birch, Jack Frost, Daredevil, and Elektra. This man is a feces machine.
Oh, man.
This dude wrote and directed Daredevil, and they gave him another superhero movie.
Another two. Elektra and this one. They're both Marvel movies.
Elektra, you just had the characters from Daredevil or something. It was like a story credit.
That might have been Grumpier Old Men as well. I don't know that he actually wrote it, but he got character credits.
How does this man, young in his career, write Grumpy Old Men? How?
Good writer.
That's it. Yeah.
Is he Benjamin Button? Did he age in reverse?
He did Jack Frost.
When you said Jillian Bell, at first I thought you meant Jillian Jacobs, and I've been feverishly Googling in the background.
No.
Jillian Jacobs is definitely a swipe right.
Yeah.
She's funny.
Synopsis for Ghost Rider. When motorcycle rider Johnny Blaze sells his soul to the devil to save his father's life, he is transformed into the Ghost Rider, the devil's own bounty hunter, and is sent to hunt down sinners.
So question, have either of you guys ever read the comic book
No.
Nope.
I read the comic book growing up, like the Ghost Rider comic book. And so what I learned about the reason why a lot of Marvel comics can't be made into movies or should not have been made into movies is that the premise of the comic is so ridiculous. It just doesn't make sense. But like as a kid, when you're reading, like, yeah, that makes sense. Ghost Rider is one of them. Fantastic Four is the other. I keep telling people we'll never have a good Fantastic Four until they decide to forget about the origin story, just accept that they're the Fantastic Four. Much in the same way that Spider-Man, the good Spider-Man movies that have come out from Marvel in the last couple of years have all started with like, we get it. He's Peter Parker. We don't have to explain how he became Spider-Man.
Right, exactly.
Because Fantastic Four, if you think about it, it's like two scientists working for the government. They discover this cloud of energy that's coming into our vicinity as Earth. They want to go up there to investigate. The government says no. So their solution is to come back at night and commandeer a space shuttle and fly up there to investigate. But wait, there's more. One of the scientists, his girlfriend says, if you're going to go, I'm going to go too. And then her little brother says, if you're going to go, I'm going to go too. And that's why there are four of them up there. And when you take that as the beginning premise of how your comic book superhero origin story begins, you literally can never make that movie in modern day.
You can't have an origin story just be FOMO.
Yeah, exactly. It's just so ridiculous.
Tagline for Ghost Rider. Long ago, he made a deal to save someone he loved.
That's the tagline?
Well, we have extras.
Okay.
So they have an extended version of that. Long ago, he made a deal to save someone he loved. What he didn't know was the price he would have to pay. We got others? Hell is about to be unleashed.
There it is.
His curse will become his power.
Okay.
Was everything he'd sacrificed truly worth? It doesn't even make sense as a sentence.
Is that the complete sentence?
That's all it was. And then we have two more. He's the only one that can walk on both worlds.
Still don't understand that.
Yeah, he just dropped that line nonchalantly at the end of the the and I'm like,
he doesn't go to hell at any point.
It must be from the comics.
So it doesn't really make sense. And then the last one.
He lives his entire life. By the way, what a great deal with the devil. The devil literally left him alone for a good 15 years.
I also just realized I don't know a lot about the devil.
I got a lot of questions about the devil.
I got a lot of questions about the powers of the devil, what the devil can do.
Okay.
But the last one was Let's Ride. That's a good one.
I would have gone with that one.
$110 million budget. It was less than that. It was about $65 million, and then they had to put a lot of work into this one. So $110 million budget, grossed $115 million in the U.S., $228 million worldwide. This is a certified banger.
This is why Mark Steven Johnson keeps getting shots at this, is because Daredevil made money and this movie made money.
Daredevil made money?
I don't know how, but it did.
What did Daredevil make?
Like 170?
Daredevil did very well. That's what I remember. Because it was Bennifer.
Bennifer 2.
Before jumping into the rest of this movie and the rest of this podcast, Ghost Rider is available on Netflix. You're in luck, folks. Ghost Rider receives 26% from critics on 140 reviews on Rotten Tomatoes, 48% from the audience on over 730,000 ratings. That's a lot.
Guys, by the way, been looking it up.
Don't you dare.
I'm just saying, Jillian Jacobs is not married, but she's not single.
This is a new one. This isn't even an IMDb breakdown?
No. This isn't. No, it's not him fucking with your spreadsheet. It's just Amin looking at whether or not he can bed a celebrity.
I didn't say bed. What's bed? That is so disgusting. Pig.
I mean, would you like the positive or the negative reviews for Ghost Rider?
I'm a glass half full kind of guy, so I want the positive. She doesn't drink or take drugs?
Wow, everybody's just thinking about the negative. Well, I think the glass is half full. Everybody thinks it's half empty.
Megan Basham of World. This strange amalgamation of Texas Ranger lore, NASCAR bravado, and the devil and Daniel Webster trickery keeps the campy fun revving just enough that you can't completely hate it. Annalie Newitz of Wired. This movie is stupid in the best possible way. I cheered all the way through, my shrieks of glee echoing off the walls.
What?
What? I feel like Annalie came during this movie. All right. Allie Gray of theshiznit.co.uk. Ignore the cheesy dialogue, the cardboard cutout villains, and the atrociously OTT acting, and just enjoy a good old-fashioned tale of heroes and villains the way the comic books used to tell them.
Do we abbreviate over the top like that?
I'm about to say, what's the date on that review? Because OTT is an abbreviation, but it's an abbreviation for modern media companies not going through cable, rather having their own, like, so Disney Plus is an OTT solution, basically. So the idea that this person from England would have used this in 2007 as an abbreviation is really quite impressive.
This is from November 3rd, 2012.
Okay, that's...
Yeah, from the shiznit.co.uk. Rob Gonzalez of efilmcritic.com. Bad fun if you're in the right mood, and a large part of the credit goes to Nicolas Cage. Robert Roten of Laramie Moviescope. The movie has the look and feel of a Western. The final showdown is in a ghost town in the desert.
Has a look and a feel of a Western?
Yeah.
Of a Western?
A Western, yeah.
Western Australia.
Matthew Turner of View London. As comic book movies go, this delivers pretty much everything you could expect from a film about a guy with a flaming skull for a head.
And yes, and yet no.
Jan Stewart of Newsday. Surprised as I am to concede it, Ghost Rider smokes.
Oh, no. Get out of here.
Zach Haddad of Film Threat. It's a ride worth taking.
Wait a second.
And Mirko Parlavillette of ComingSoon.net. Nicolas Cage really hits one out of the park.
Come on, man. Come on. Come on soon.com. More like it.
All right. The negative reviews. Joshua Rothkopf of Time Out. Grand, empty gestures and loads of CGI effects can't cover up pure schlock. Even the characters' ironically cool trademarks, a flaming skull and a fiery chopper, are reduced to Velveeta slices. No. Damn you, sir. Bitch.
Wow.
Reduced to Velveeta slices.
I don't get that
I guess
either.
this means like it's cheesy, but it's like not even good cheese.
Velveeta's good, man. This dude doesn't know how to use Velveeta.
I don't like Velveeta, though. But I also don't like Kraft singles. I need real cheese. I'll just admit it. I need real cheese at this point in my life.
I haven't bought like American cheese in probably more than a decade.
Yeah.
When I get cheese, I get cheddar. I get Monterey Jack.
I like that Mexican blend.
Yeah, the Mexican blend for shredded, yes. But I'm talking about sliced cheese. I'm talking about Munster, like a good Munster.
Yeah, I love a Munster. Yeah.
Pepper Jack is a good one, too, if you want a little kick.
Yeah, I love that kick.
Yeah.
James Christopher of Times UK. The plot is as corny as a country and Western song. Now, I got a question. Is it country and Western, or is it country Western?
It's country Western.
Okay, so this Brit doesn't know what the fuck he's talking about. So get out of here with your bad
as usual. Yeah.
Stephen Hunter of Washington Post. Not that Stephen Hunter. Mainly, the movie's about riding a bike at the speed of sound while your head is burning. They can do anything these days, which isn't quite the same as saying they should do anything these days.
I like how that was worded.
He's just ripping off Jeff Goldblum in Jurassic Park. Dave Kerr of Chicago Tribune.
Maybe that's why I liked it.
The film looks like the sort of queasy fever dream that might be produced by sitting through an entire Orson Welles Film Festival while eating pepperoni pizzas.
What?
I don't know. Owen Gleiberman of Entertainment Weekly, so much flatter than it was on the comic book page. Kind of clever. I don't agree, but it's kind of clever. Lisa Rose of the Newark Star Ledger, it's not quite a thrill ride, but it isn't a total embarrassment for Cage. It's certainly no worse than Wicker Man, which depicted the actor chasing hippie chicks in a bear suit.
She gets it.
That's boiling it down way too much. All right, there's a lot more depth than that. And then two more. Jeanette Katsouls of New York Times, is the world ready for a flaming Nicolas Cage? That seems homophobic. And then Ty Burr of the Boston Globe, Ghost Rider is the kind of movie that's great stupid fun as long as someone else is buying the tickets.
And that someone else is Zach Harper.
Yeah, man, I saw this in the theater.
Did you?
Of course.
Let me ask you a question. Like, if Nicolas Cage is in a movie, is the star of a movie, are you like, no questions asked, let's go opening weekend?
If it's in the theater, absolutely. The only one I didn't do that with, that I actively was like, I don't want to watch this in the theater, was World Trade Center. And I still haven't seen it. That one felt too soon. Yeah. I mean,
9/11 jokes. Put that on your bingo card.
Yeah, Shout out to Big Todd's friend for making bingo cards.
Oh, it's Vance.
Oh, it's Vance. Oh, okay. Shout out to Vance for the bingo cards. They said they're going to use them at the live show in New Orleans after the train ride where we murder each other.
The train wreck, you mean?
No, we can't review Trainwreck because it's too high.
God.
How?
Yeah, that's a great question. Wait, what is it ranked? Hold on.
We're breaking all the records on not getting to the show today. While you do that, I'm going to look up more about Jillian Jacobs.
Jesus Christ.
84%. Get the fuck out of here.
T-shirts, we're all wearing them. It's a staple of our wardrobe, and you buy a t-shirt online, you buy it in a store, it's gonna fit fine the first time. You try it on, it seems great, and then you wash it. It shrinks and has this weird like box cut almost. Or the bacon neck collar, the shrinkage, it stretches in weird ways. It wrinkles like crazy. Cuts Clothing has completely changed the t-shirt game. High quality, classic look, modern feel. Wear it in the office, wear it on a date, wear it at the store, wear it at the park. It doesn't matter, and you can really customize it however you want. The fit, the fabric, it's the only shirt worth wearing. Pre-shrunk, wrinkle-free, retains the shape over time. Wear it on a date, wear it anywhere, wear it to work, it doesn't matter. You can pick the crew neck, V-neck, Henley, doesn't matter. Elongated, split hem, curve hem, get long sleeve, short sleeve, pick the collars, pick the cuts, pick the colors. It's going to be the best shirt you've ever worn. You're never going to go to another shirt again. Once you wear a cut shirt, it's impossible to choose a regular, boring, terribly designed t-shirt ever again. It is absolutely custom engineered to be the most buttery soft thing you've ever felt, and you can get yours. Athletes are wearing them, entrepreneurs are wearing them, even your favorite podcast hosts are wearing them. Get 15% off your first order by going to cutsclothing.com/dings, cutsclothing.com/dings for 15% off the only shirt you're ever going to want to wear again. Get them, and you don't even have to wear pants with them.
Amin, tear yourself away from Jillian Jacobs' Wikipedia page and tell me what your first note is.
Oh, okay. Hold on. Okay. All right.
So many tabs open.
This was resolved fairly quickly, but still, I decided to keep it as is. Captions are huge. For whatever reason, when I started this movie on Netflix, my captions were humongous. And then Mayes told me how to like make them regular size. I've never had to do that before for any other thing I've ever watched on Netflix. So I was a little taken aback.
How big are we talking here?
Oh, I'm like
at least a third of the screen, and sometimes half the screen.
Okay.
a third of the screen, depending on how many lines there were.
I rarely do captions, but I did captions halfway through this one because I couldn't understand what the fuck Sam Elliott was saying.
His mustache catches all the words.
You stole my voice.
My first note is they did the comic book page thing back in 2007.
Oh yeah, like that. Well, that's a year away again from Iron Man.
Yeah, that's right. So, you're right. So when they kicked off the Marvel Cinematic Universe with Ghost Rider, I guess that's when they started doing it. I like the Marvel on fire with the spikes coming out. That's a great graphic.
There were some things visually that I found appealing in this movie, yes.
Oh, a lot of things. Yeah, even Mendes.
Yes. That's going.
Sam Elliott is talking. He said, "It's said that the West was built on legends, tall tales that help us make sense of things too great or too terrifying to believe. This is the legend of Ghost Rider. We got a cowboy on a horse. He's cursed to ride the earth, collecting on the devil's deals. The contract for the Ghost Rider was supposed to be worth 1,000 souls, but the contract was so powerful, he knew he could never let the devil get his hands on it, so he outran the devil to keep it from him." To which my question is, 1,000 souls is a lot. But you talk about the grand scheme of things, 1,000 souls really not that many.
It's not even that much for this year.
Right. We've had 100,000 people die from COVID.
Right? Is it like the devil out here, like really bean counting like that? And more questions about the devil. He outran the devil himself. He literally got on his horse and just ran away. And the devil looked really perturbed. And I said, does the devil have to travel?
The devil's been like appearing and reappearing like,
I'm not saying
crazy.
Does he have to get in a car and a plane? Like if someone's I'm running, I'm going over to like Slovakia. Like there's the devil's oh Jesus Christ, there are no direct flights. I got to make a connection in Frankfurt or whatever. Like, is he doing that?
It's a great question.
The thing about legends is sometimes they're true.
That's really good.
That's not bad.
That is a good Sam Elliott.
I was working on my Sam Elliott. It's impossible to do. He really does have an unimitable voice. But I was definitely like spending a good chunk of the movie yesterday trying to do my Sam Elliott voice.
You know who does a great Sam Elliott? Ian Carmel.
I've heard it. It's incredible.
No
This
way.
is a great,
No way.
spot on.
How?
Pretty much nothing that man can't do.
Yeah.
How?
I don't know how he does it, but it is spot on. And he loves to do it by doing the "wait till we get our hands on you" tagline. It's fantastic. Now we've got animation of a motorcycle ride and jump in a ravine, but it looks like a bad iPhone game, right? It's all first person. I couldn't figure out it was supposed to be in New Mexico. I didn't know where it was until it showed us that they were going to Texas.
Yeah, they weren't very clear on where we were when this origin story started.
We're at a carnival. There's a tent with fire and guys on motorcycles jumping through rings of fire. Young rider shows off for a girl in the crowd who looks a lot like a young Eva Mendes or a young Penelope Cruz.
You're a hot shot, ain't you, boy?
You picked up on that immediately, or is it because you'd already seen the movie?
I'm sure there was some subconscious.
She doesn't look like a young Penelope Cruz. No, Salma Hayek maybe.
Oh, that's racist.
Penelope Cruz?
Yeah, this woman looks a lot more like Penelope Cruz than she does
Not at
Salma
all.
Hayek.
Penelope Cruz looks like a toucan.
Jesus.
What?
Let's see if she's got a Wikipedia husband.
She must be dating somebody that Amin doesn't like.
She dated an oil tycoon.
Put her with Jillian Bell. Not interested.
What?
You're not interested in Penelope Cruz?
Not at all.
You're out of your mind.
How do you kiss someone?
She's married to Javier Bardem. You're not interested.
God.
How do you be like, yo, he's pretty bad too.
You can't compete with Javier Bardem.
Ew. Why would I want to?
Ew. What? Are you serious?
Dude.
His face is all bloated. What are you guys talking about?
I would be the third person in that menage a trois in a second.
Fuck him.
Hold on.
Yeah, you kidding me?
Javier Bardem, that's the dude from No Country for Old Men, right?
Yes, he looks awful with that haircut, but look at him in anything else.
You guys are gotta be out of your mind.
Are you out of your mind?
You guys are nuts.
Amin.
And you are out of your skull bone if you think that I'm going to write on the report, shot by man animal as the cause of death unless I see it.
He's like a swarthy version of Robert Downey Jr.
Swarthy? What is swarthy? Is that what you said?
Swarthy.
You said swarthy, like
No,
it's swarthy.
Play it back, Maze. He's like a swarthy version of Robert Downey Jr.
Swarthy? What is swarthy? Is that what you said?
Swarthy.
You said swarthy, like it's swarthy.
Play it back, Maze.
Yeah, do that right now.
Yeah, we're not gonna get it. Well, it means never gonna listen to the episode. Or do you listen to them all now?
I started listening to Team Race the other day. I was gonna yell at Maze, then I realized I don't know if it comes up later in the episode or not because I never finished it. But does the call with Serena Morales make the show?
Yes, it made the.
Of course.
Oh, okay.
Come on. I wish you had yelled at me, you son of a bitch.
All right. The dad's mad at him for showing off in a show where they jump through fire on motorcycles. Calls him a hot shot.
Couple notes here. First of all, as soon as I saw because I forgot about the whole stunt driving thing, I wrote Hot Rod Part 2, ?
There's a couple hot rod moments, that is for sure.
Yeah, that's true.
Then the guy who plays Barton Blaze.
Yeah.
Brett Cullen.
This actor always plays a disappointed father with a son in the family business.
100%. Yeah.
Either he's a football coach and his son is a starting quarterback, but he's not like tough like he used to be when he was a starting quarterback at high school, or he owns like a factory and his son is supposed to take over a factory one day, but his son don't want to, or like this. He's a stunt driver and he wants his son to be a stunt driver, but his son wants to do other things.
He's Thomas Wayne in Joker.
Yes, see?
He also appears in The Dark Knight Rises.
Yes.
Yeah, he's a congressman, yeah.
He's Goodwin from Lost.
He was in an episode of Arliss.
But the funniest thing to me is that Ghost Rider is his number one known for on IMDb.
Also, you know who he is? He's Eddie Martell in The Replacements. He's the evil quarterback, yeah.
He's the evil quarterback, yes. And
Yeah.
he doesn't he looks about like a couple of years younger than he does in this movie. He's such an old man in that movie.
Yes.
Why is he the starting quarterback?
Great question. This kid carves J&R Forever into a tree.
Have you guys ever done that? Have you ever carved your initials in a tree?
I don't carry a knife.
No, I mean, not now, motherfucker. I mean, like when you were a kid, when you were in high
I didn't
school.
carry a knife when I was a kid either.
What about you, Maze? Maze looks like the kind of carve initials.
I can see that, yeah.
I've never done that, no.
I've never done it, and I've been wondering when I was watching it, I was like, is this something that happens? Is this like Hollywood's interpretation of what teen love is, but doesn't really actually happen to anyone anywhere?
Well, have you ever put your initials in like wet cement?
No.
Or something like that either?
I've seen initials around.
I've seen it.
Yeah, I've seen it a lot, but I've seen it
in cement, like where someone put their initials, but I've never seen it carved in a tree. Never in my life.
Same.
I find it frustrating that the Human Torch from Fantastic Four is Johnny Storm and not Johnny Blaze.
Yeah. I'll give you a piece of trivia from the Marvel.
Because then it should be Sue Blaze.
From the Marvel universe.
Or just call him Johnny Blaze. He blazes up. He blazes up more than Ghost Rider.
No.
Johnny Blaze, the character Johnny Blaze in the Ghost Rider comic book, hates Daredevil because he thinks Daredevil should have been his name.
Oh wow,
that is a fact. Like,
all right,
like this poser. I'm actually a devil, and I'm a Daredevil. Like, I do stunts.
That's a really good point. But I'll bet you that Daredevil has a good defense because he's a lawyer.
Ah, I like that. I also like the idea that like the guys writing at Marvel decided to layer this whole thing.
Yeah, I want to see the person who gets mad that Wolverine has the name Wolverine. Beast, maybe.
Sabretooth.
I'll spoil some more trivia. I mean, this is the only Marvel movie that Stan Lee does not appear in because he had nothing to do with the character of Ghost Rider.
Oh, wow.
So maybe the Daredevil snipe is a shot at Stan Lee by the writer of the original Ghost Rider.
Okay. She's leaving. Her dad's sending her to be with her mom. Johnny's not good enough for her.
Holy Basil exposition, Ghost Rider.
Yeah. he says
that whole scene. I'm like,
the whole scene. He says they'll leave together. He's going to ditch his dad. He'll meet her under the tree tomorrow at noon. His dad is asleep at home looking through a scrapbook.
Roxanne in the comic book is his foster sister.
Oh.
Did they invent step-sibling porn?
They might have. No, they didn't. Eddie, and like all porn is the beginning of time.
I'm pretty sure the Greeks did.
No, there is no new porn. Like,
so he throws his dad's cigarettes away, and that's when he finds a letter from the hospital saying his cancer has spread.
Okay, couple questions. One, have you ever gotten drunk and gone through your photo album? Not a physical one, but the one in your phone.
Oh, of course.
I was going to jump at this like, nobody does this. And then I realized, oh, wait, I've done this. Like, I've done this, but on my phone, not in a physical sense. So that I felt sheepish. And then I wanted to know if anyone else. Maze, have you ever done that? Gotten drunk and gone through your phone's photo album?
I mean, I go through old photos all the time because I take a lot of photos.
No. I'm talking about like the one on your phone, like going back to like 2015 and seeing what you did then.
Sure. I mean, I do that sober.
Weirdo. Also, do they ever
do that sober? And you're telling me you have never carved your initials with someone else into a tree?
Haven't met the right person yet, Zach.
Okay.
Maybe on the train trip, we'll find a nice tree to carve all our initials in.
Oh, you can carve it with my fucking blood. How about that? Because I want out.
I don't think that's how blood works.
I'll carve your tombstone. How about that, Zach?
There we go.
Do they ever deliver cancer news via the mail?
Well, back then, maybe.
I'm just saying, like...
I like the idea that his doctor sent him a letter.
Yeah.
Instead of telling him whenever he went in to take this test, you've got cancer, by the way.
No, because they got to do the biopsy. They got to check the x-rays. No, this whole...
Yeah, and then they got to wait 5 to 7 business days for the letter to get to him.
Well, it had spread at that point. He was out of luck. They could take their time. There was no fixing it.
Look, buddy, I could have told you right on the day of the test. It wouldn't have changed anything.
Johnny Blaze is now working on his bike in the tent at night, and Peter Fonda shows up and asks him to ride for him someday. And he runs the greatest show on earth, to which Johnny says, thanks, but no thanks. Fonda knows that his dad is sick and that cancer takes its toll on loved ones.
Johnny says, what do you know about that? And he says, even a blind man can see that your old man is sick. And I put the note. And yet Johnny couldn't. Johnny learned by looking at that letter. He just thought his old man was
Well, is that a way? Was he negging him? Was he like trying to like make him feel bad? Like, oh, you couldn't even know your dad was sick?
Maybe it is a devil.
We see lightning strike, and his shadow on the wall is like a crypt keeper.
Ooh,
like that. That's a good touch.
Terrible posture on the devil.
Yeah, the devil really does have bad posture.
He looks like Mr. Burns.
He does. But to be fair,
T-Rex hands.
He's in hell all the time. You gonna have good posture in hell?
Also,
hell.
As the devil is making his pitch, very, very unnecessarily erotic tone of voice.
Oh, you got to seduce him.
Not literally. I feel like doing a review with the devil's like, why'd you talk like that? Oh, I had to seduce him. Not literally, you moron. You putting your hand in his lap. That's not gonna get him to sign.
He asks for a deal and says he'll take his soul to make it all better.
No, Zach.
Back it up.
You are not.
What happened?
So Johnny Blaze, who, by the way, buys in that this is the devil very quickly and very easily. Like, get the fuck out of here, old man. So he says, name your price. And the devil says, oh, I'll take, and looks around very dramatically as he's searching through the tent for something of value that the Blaze family might own that he can then proffer in exchange for curing cancer. And then he looks at him and says, your soul. And again, Johnny Blaze is not thrown off by this at all. He's like,
what's that sick? Cancer takes its toll on loved ones. I mean, I don't know if you heard.
This movie's got some fantastic long pauses. This is one of the first ones.
Yeah.
Fucking moment of silence.
Yo, your pops is dying, and some creepy old man shows up and says he wants your soul, and you're like, I'm gonna believe it. It's like, yo,
in a carnival.
Dude, there was an American Dad episode where they have the rapture, and everyone gets raptured, and so Stan thinks that if he goes where Jesus is playing at some arena, he's like, I'll go ask Jesus, let him know there was all a misunderstanding. So he goes to Jesus. He goes into the dressing room. Jesus is there. Says, it's all right, Stan. I can rapture you. So he says, follow me. They go out to the back alley. He says, take off all your clothes. And Stan's like, what? It's like, it's part of the rapture. You don't have clothes. You got to go. It's like, so Stan takes off his clothes. And then Jesus drops his pants. And Stan stares at his dick and he's like, you're not really Jesus, are you?
Oh, shit. Okay, he asks for a deal. He says it'll take a soul to make it all better. By sunrise tomorrow, his dad will be healthy. All he has to do is sign. Then he pulls out a scroll. You remember scrolls? Scrolls used to be big, man. I always wanted someone to present me with a scroll.
Did you?
Yeah. Just feels official. It pricks his finger. Blood spills on the scroll.
Well, again, it is a devil. So
the devil's in the details, I know, but
I think it's funnier just to ask why the devil has a need for like written contracts. Does this ever go to court?
A technicality, I mean.
But not even. Him getting them on a technicality is a very devil-like. That's on brand. But I'm just saying that the very concept that he needs a physical document, like there's some legal recourse. Hey, I don't know about that. You go to court and the judge looks over. It's like, I don't know. This does look like your blood on this.
It seemed non-consensual to me as well, Zach.
It's very non-consensual.
And then he really takes it to another level when he immediately kills Barton with the motorcycle accident. Just really ruthless business here by Mephistopheles. You have no choice but to respect his gamesmanship.
Spoiler alert. Dad wakes up, looks great. X-rays came back clear. He can't explain it, but now they've got a show to do. The devil's there as Barton falls off the bike. He crashes into the fire. Johnny shows up late, and his dad dies in his arms.
How do you die in this scenario?
It's a great question, but my next note is this kid cannot fake cry for shit. This actor is terrible. Terrible. And Nick Cage should feel disrespected by this choice.
What joy does the devil derive from dicking people over? Right? Like, I get it. Like, it's like, I want your soul and I'm going to do whatever it takes. I'm going to dick you over by your blood counts so that I can get your soul. Okay. There's a benefit there for the devil. What does it matter if the dad is alive or not? You own the dude's soul. Like, what are we doing here?
Well, he's a dick, you know?
Yeah, but he's a dick with a purpose. The devil usually has a purpose. You know, he's not out here just.
Well, the purpose is to
get the soul. To get the soul.
And to get him to be his bounty hunter.
No, the purpose is to gotcha him.
Yeah.
He gotcha'd him twice.
Yeah, he did a gotcha, bitch.
Hold on, he gotcha'd him anyway. He didn't need to kill the dad. What was killing the dad? What did that
He's
accomplish?
the devil.
Yeah, what are we doing?
What are you talking about?
No, I think you guys are missing the point here. The devil is the devil, but he always has like an end goal. There was no end goal in that.
The end goal was to almost traumatize him to the point of feeling like there is no hope left in this world. He has to leave. He has no more family. He's got to leave the girl. He's got to leave the girl because he can't risk her.
So what if it's with the girl?
This is a classic have your cake and eat it too scenario. Classic.
If I'm the devil, wouldn't I want him to be around the girl? Maybe I'll get an extra soul out of this.
No, No.
Soul kisses, baby.
Let me tell you guys, you're messing up. You're wasting money. You're wasting money to try to look good, and it's just not the way to go. You got to switch to Harry's, okay? I know you're shaving. I know you're doing all this stuff. You got to switch to Harry's. Here's why. In 1 year, you could save like enough for 26 cups of coffee if you live in New York. Live in Chicago, you get like 3 pizzas, deep dish style. Netflix subscription, that's 6 months worth of Netflix right there. You can Netflix and chill or Netflix and quarantine a lot more by having Harry's. And guys, we're going to be here for a while, hopefully. So you want to get Harry's. Harry's has a trial set delivered to your doorstep by going to harrys.com/ding. And let me tell you a little bit about this. Quality, durable blades at a fair price, $2 a blade. German blade factory that's been honing precision blades for a century. They cut out the middleman and they're bringing you the blades from there. Blade refills are delivered directly to your door on schedule with or without a subscription. You get blades, you get hair care, you get shower products, you get it all on harrys.com. And just like the blades, Harry's is committed to providing premium products without breaking the bank. Our listeners, again, go to harrys.com/ding. This is what you're going to get. You get a weighted ergonomic handle for a firm grip, a 5-blade razor with a lubricating strip and trimmer blade. You want that lubrication, trust me. Rich, lathering shave gel with aloe to keep your skin so hydrated, so silky smooth. You're not going to hurt yourself. You're not going to cut yourself. You could do this blind, and you're still going to have that smooth shave. And a travel blade cover to keep your razor dry and easy to grab on the go. Just go to harrys.com/ding to start shaving and start saving today. I don't want to have to tell you again. Save some money by going to Harry's.
Johnny rides off. He gets scared by a skull and the devil. He falls off his bike. Peter Fonda says he's no good to him, dead, hits him with the fine print about the deal, and then swings on him and misses because he disappears. One day he'll come when he needs him, puts his hands on Johnny's chest, and there's fire inside him.
He says to him, forget about friends, forget about family, forget about love. When they say forget about family, it's a little flashback of his dad walking. When they say forget about love, it's a little flashback of young Eva Mendes, right? When they say forget about friends, it's Johnny Blaze walking by himself. He's got no friends.
He pulls up to the tree where Roxy's waiting for him, looks at her.
Real unnecessary move by my man here, dude.
And then drives away. That's a dick move.
What a dick.
You know what a dick move is? Looking outside, looking at the weather forecast. It is pouring torrential rain and saying, I don't need an umbrella. I'm going to just wait out here soaking.
I'm out on umbrellas. I'm not on team umbrella.
I don't own an umbrella either, but I'm not going to go outside when it's raining. That's just not going to happen. What do motorcycle riders do when it rains?
Get wet, baby.
Do they just not go out?
Blaze it off.
You just drive faster to avoid the rain.
Mays has been like, for the last 10 minutes, he's just been peppering in really bad jokes the whole time. And I've avoided them all. I've ignored them all.
Oh, now we're doing peer review on the podcast? Mr. Side Tangent? Is that how we're going to do this?
This motherfucker had a sidebar of a sidebar.
Why don't you Google Gillian Jacobs some more, dude?
Gillian.
It's Gillian.
Is it?
Yeah, it's a G. The G isn't silent on this one.
It's a G.
So I guess you love going to the zoo and look at the giraffes.
You get a gin and tonic?
Hey, you know who his favorite guy on Star Trek was? Gorg Takai. I couldn't even say without stuttering.
No, you fucking Maze wins that round.
Mace is right.
Close up on young Johnny Blaze's eyes. Then we change to Nick Cage's eyes, and he says, "You can't live in fear."
Finally, dude. 14 minutes into the movie, we're in the cage, baby.
You crazy train. It plays. There's a big fucking ramp with flames for Johnny to jump a crazy amount of semi-trucks, to which then I noted, black guy in the crowd.
Yeah. I noted that I've never been to any of these demolition derby type places, but I'm fairly certain there are no hoes there. And this place had a ton of hoes.
I disagree, man.
Are there?
I disagree. Yeah.
Guess we know where we're going. COVID's over.
All right, he's off. There's another black guy in the crowd, 2 black guys in the crowd. Cage lands on the other side of the ramp, but he falls off the bike. He crashes into a barrier. His team checks on him. He says, Hick, is the bike okay?
Oh, my God.
And we've got Con Air accent Cage.
His team is led by Donald Logue, who dude was very funny. At one point, he had a sitcom on Fox. I can't remember what it was called, but it was legitimately good. And he got canceled like 2 seasons in. And I always thought this dude should have been a bigger kind of like comedic star.
Grounded for Life.
Grounded for Life. Grounded for Life was good, but he had this movie called The Tao of Steve, I think.
Yeah, it wasn't that good.
But that was like, I think their attempt to like, all right, let's see what he's got.
He was also in Terriers, which is supposed to be good.
Oh, Terriers is very good. Yeah.
And he was on Sons of Anarchy for a while.
Oh, that's right.
Just for all our listeners who may have watched this movie on Netflix before listening to this pod, at this point, I must stress to you that if you have a friend who gets in a serious accident and maybe concussed and perhaps a broken neck, what you absolutely should not do is slap them.
It reminded me, and they just like help him up and everything. It reminded me of the scene in Semi-Pro where they're moving Jackie off the court. He says he's just doing a terrible job of supporting his neck. Tour goes to Texas. They're playing cards and video games on the bus. Johnny Blaze has his own video game. And Nick Cage is eating jelly beans out of a martini glass because he doesn't drink alcohol because of the nightmares.
You know alcohol gives me nightmares.
Blaze wants to watch the Howler Monkey special and not the news about his crash, but they do call him Mr. Invincible, to which I said, suck it, Mark Wahlberg.
Yeah.
His critics call it pay-per-view suicide.
Jesus. His next jump will be the length of a football field from field goal to field goal. Max says he's got an angel watching him.
I feel like physics just took the whole 90 minutes off. Like, you know what?
Well, so did math, because if he goes field, we'll deal with that later.
I got lucky. No, I got a hunting dog named Lucky. He's got one eye and no nuts.
Whoever wrote that line was very proud of themselves.
Marcus Steven Johnson. Cage did rewrite a lot of the script, apparently.
It was Cage.
Now it's raining fire on a dirt field, and Wes Bentley walks into the light with a demon mouth. A lot of demon mouths in this movie.
You see those hurricane-high skulls in the clouds, Zach?
Oh, I did. You bet your ass I did. Big fan. We're at a hick bar, a biker bar in Texas. This guy beer freezes as Wes walks up to the door. Says, I think you might be lost, boy. Angels only in here.
By the way, I don't know if you noticed the waitress who brings him the beer. She's got one of those armband bracelets that was so big for about 18 months.
Yeah.
For 18 months, every girl in America had one of those, and a lot overseas too. And then it went away. And I wonder what they all did with that jewelry. Like, where is it now? Is it just collecting dust somewhere? Did they melt it down? Can you pawn that sort of stuff? Is there someone who's still rocking them? If you are one of those people who still rocks the armband bracelet, please let us know.
Ghost Rider's her second thing on her IMDb page.
It's a first. Debbie Does Dallas.
Amin is so horny.
I know, you're real horny today.
Wait. Wait, here's my question. When the biker guy says, you got a problem with that? Angels only got a problem with that? This demon dude says, well, actually, then kills him. And as the husk falls down on the ground, he says, I do. Who is he saying I do for if the guy is already dead?
So if he steals your soul, does the soul still hear the shit talk after he's dead?
Did he steal the soul? I thought he just
Is that what he's doing?
I thought he was stealing souls.
I thought he was freezing people from the inside out.
Yeah, me too.
Okay.
Unclear.
It's unclear. He sticks his finger in the guy's chest, sucks the soul out of him, or freezes him to death. I wrote the note. I guess that's what happened. I'm not sure how he died.
His name is Blackheart also, which I don't like.
Yeah, it's
did not discover until way later in the movie. I thought his name was Mephistopheles the whole time.
Oh, that's Peter Fonda.
I thought his dad was the devil. So you see that confusion there.
Mephistopheles is the devil.
Yeah.
Oh, is that his name?
From Faust.
I thought his name was Lucifer.
Well, it's also Beelzebub.
Either way, if you thought he was sucking his soul, how did the beer freeze over then? Did the beer soul leave itself as well?
Yeah, I think the beer soul.
That's the only way Blackheart can have a beer.
Right, yeah.
Suck the soul out.
He's going to drink it like a fucking common person? No. He sucks that thing down legitimately.
He certainly wears leather like a common person.
Yeah, not a real mobile outfit. Now we're back at Cage's place. His loft is full of motorcycles, books, and he's pouring himself another glass of jellies, as he calls it.
You want some jellies?
In the martini glass.
Yes. Max sees he's reading about angels and demons. Mag wants to talk to Cage as Cage sits down with the martini glass full of jellies, turns on the TV, and starts laughing at a chimpanzee jump kicking a wooden board in a karate class.
He starts laughing
instantly.
He turns it on and starts laughing at the same time.
I've never enjoyed anything as much as Nick Cage enjoyed watching that chimpanzee do karate.
This guy really likes monkeys.
Yeah, because it was all about that Howler Monkey special.
Yeah, he's like, can we go back to the Howler Monkey? Like the Howler Monkey.
That is not the accent.
That is not even close to the accent. He's not from New Jersey.
As he's eating the jelly beans, from the martini glass. If you haven't watched it, you're listening, you're thinking, oh, so he's like using it as a container, picking them up and putting them in. No. He is tipping the martini glass like he's drinking from it.
He shakes it. He shakes it first.
He is going ass to mouth with this martini glass. That's what he's doing.
Mac, you touch the Carpenters of that chimp video again, we got a scrap on our hands.
Mac doesn't want him to do this next jump on the anniversary of his dad's death. Johnny Blaze starts getting philosophical about his dad's accident and paying for mistakes. He wants to take a negative and turn it into a positive with a second chance, guys.
Looking for a sign.
Now we're back to the bar, and the blonde bartender is scared. She's hiding behind the counter. Dead folks everywhere, and that's when Wes picks her up by her neck. Says he can smell
she peeked. He says he could smell the fear, but it's because she peeked her head over the thing. If she hadn't moved...
What's the benefit to him lying to her?
This is why. This is my line. What the hell is up with this, quote, villain, unquote? I don't like him, but not like, because he's a bad guy. It's like, you're kind of a prick.
He's a bad... You seem to have a real confusion over what the devil does.
Turns out demons, not great people.
I'm going to guess the rotten apple doesn't fall far from the tree. In that family.
Spoiler alert.
He takes her soul or freezes her to death. I don't know at this point. Other demons appear. Wes wants the legendary contract of San Vizengo? Venganzo?
Venganza. It's vengeance.
Whatever it is. He wants the demons to help him find it. They'll take this world one city at a time. When they find it, says to never say Mephistopheles again.
I just don't understand what the point of the movie is.
It's a ghostwriter.
Well, then you don't understand the point of the comic book. Like, it's not the movie's fault.
No. It's because this wasn't in the comic book. None of this.
Are you telling me Peter Fonda's not in the comic book?
They didn't have an earth demon named Gressel, a water demon named Wallow, and an air demon named Abigor in the comic?
This weak-ass Fifth Element demon.
They're all, you know what they were? They're the goths from high school, man. That's that. Like, I'm supposed to be intimidated.
There's some big Matrix vibes in there.
Yeah, kind of like the twins.
Big Matrix vibes.
The one dude, the wet dude, the water dude,
Wallow.
He reminded me so much of Todd from Wedding Crashers. Like, he's always kind of hunched over and like he's got this scowl on his face, but it's a very sensitive scowl. Like,
I'll be in my room doing homo things.
Yeah,
homo things. The air guy. That's racist, right?
He looks like Mexican Steven Tyler.
Stefano Tyler?
Esteban Tyler.
It's time for the jump, and the crowd is hyped. JB is listening to the Carpenters. He's drinking coffee out of the pot.
Did you see that our next stunt is at the Sobe Dome?
The Sobe Dome?
Yes, it was sponsored by Sobe.
I had completely forgotten that Sobe was a thing.
It's no longer a thing?
Is that the one with the lizard?
Yeah, Sobe with the lizard. It's pretty tasty. It was not bad.
They are still a thing. It appears they're gearing towards being mixers for booze now. And then, ironically enough, the Sobe Dome is now known as Marvel Stadium, and it's an Australian rules football stadium.
Oh, that's Marvel Stadium. It was okay. Wow.
Marvel Stadium's nice.
Yeah, they played the USA Basketball played there.
Yeah, I went to some footy game there. It's nice. Real nice. He worries the suit is too loose, and he wants his hat. And as he walks out, the press wants an interview. Max says he doesn't do interviews. How long you been doing your job? And that's when Eva Mendes says, not even for an old
racist
friend. That was racist, 100%. From a corridor in the arena, it's oddly quiet considering there's an open...
Very strange lighting.
Strange lighting, I'm going to call it the worst blue screen ever.
He's doing the interview with her. I wrote, they didn't measure this right. They say it's 300 feet from field goal to field goal, but the end zones would... We're talking 360 here, guys. That's an extra 30 feet on each side. Not 300. They're shortening them. She keeps asking questions, and he keeps answering with questions about her personal life. It's like Amin looking up a Wikipedia page.
Johnny, what drives somebody to risk their life for entertainment?
I heard you got married.
No, it didn't happen.
No.
Most of the time, the press focuses on the crashes, the broken bones, the cost of what you do. Are there any other costs?
Yeah.
Okay, well, Thank you for this revealing peek into the life of Johnny Blaze.
And that's it. And the interview is over. And she has to leave and won't stay for the jump.
Shout out to the female producer who was not enjoying this.
Did not enjoy it at all. That's a terrible interview.
She's rolling her eyes.
Yeah, that's a terrible interview.
It's her first job. Like, did she say, like, this is my first week or something like that? Like, relax.
Wait, you're mad at her?
I'm super upset at her.
Why?
Who are you to roll your eyes?
He didn't answer any of the questions.
So, well, maybe next time you do your homework, you do your research. He didn't want to do the interview. Y'all were begging for an interview. He finally said yes, not because of you, by the way.
It's possible that she knew that Roxy could get the interview. I mean, look at her.
Yo, man, if someone said, yeah, that's true. That is true.
All right, as he's trying to talk to her as she's leaving, did you guys notice the extra in the background trying to get to him to get an autograph?
Yes, I heard him. I didn't see him. I heard him, though.
It's a
just
guy,
one autograph, man.
Yeah, it's a guy like doing the equivalent of the hold me back guy in a fight. It's so awkward the way he's trying to get to him. He was committing. The people holding him back were not committing at all.
She says she's got to get back. She can't stay for the jump, but then she walks back into the stadium.
She walks right back in the stadium.
Back into the tunnel.
They remove the cars from the jump, and Mac is relieved until he finds out that 6 Blackhawk helicopters are now in place of the cars. How would Mac not know this? He got it from a memory of his dad saying it long ago.
My dad thought it'd be cool.
Mac says to hit the NOS halfway up the ramp. Thank you, Fast and Furious. And not too early. He's distracted by her not being there. And he takes off early. He imagines Roxy, and he barely makes the jump. It's a world record. And he drives right out of the arena after the news van. Cameraman won't shut up about Johnny Blaze. Johnny pulls up to the side. She says to keep driving. Now he's doing tricks on the road, and the CGI on his face as he rides is spectacular.
Faceinthehole.com.
He sees him in the rearview mirror. She says, please stop talking about Johnny Blaze. And the dude says, yeah, that might be a little hard. And he smiles, and I said, tension.
What?
Oh, the cameraman wanted to fuck Johnny Blaze for sure.
Absolutely.
100%.
Oh,
100%, Zach.
Can't you just be a fan without wanting to fuck somebody?
You don't respect the boulevard, and you don't respect the fans.
Not in that guy's case.
You and me both said we'd fuck Javier Bardem, so I don't know if you and I are...
I'm more than a fan with that guy. That guy's...
The guy looks like a corpse that's been like drowned and has been in the water for weeks, yes.
Look him up right now.
Javier Bardem wasn't playing Wallow.
That's the water demon. Wallow's a terrible name. All right, he goes to the driver's side to get some help. She's the boss, can't help him. He barely avoids some trucks. He pulls ahead, stops on the road, and the van just barely stops in front of him.
He blocks traffic. He says,
Howdy. Howdy, howdy, howdy.
It made me think of the Chappelle Show. Holla, 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 holla. Holla, holla, holla. Let me holla at you. Let me holla at you. Let me holla.
He needed to talk to her, guys. She talks about his trauma, and he kisses her.
You still like Italian?
Why did he say it like that?
It's a Southern accent.
That's the Southern accent?
He punches this guy after he kisses her and goes, yes!
Yeah, he does. She says to meet him at a restaurant in her hotel at 8 p.m. and not to be late. It's a sign, guys. The demons are now meeting with Mephistopheles, whatever the fuck his name is, Peter Fonda, and they threaten him. That's when we find out Blackheart is his son.
What a twist! How do demons get pregnant, guys?
How do demons get pregnant?
How do you have a child? Is it with a mortal woman?
I can't imagine it's that consensual, not to get dark here.
The devil...
We know that Mephistopheles doesn't give a fuck about consent.
The devil shows up and turns out all the lights, and then Blackheart turns them back on, and the devil squints and cringes, and I said, wait, is he afraid of light now? Because he was in broad daylight earlier.
Oh, no. I mean, it's like, you turn the lights out and your pupils get super dilated, and then you turn the lights back on like a dick. So, yeah, you got a little adjustment period.
There's a lot of stuff in this movie where I'm not sure the writers realize they're writing about supernatural characters.
Oh, almost the entire movie.
Like no, because he's dark, and then you turn on the lights real quick. He's like, oh, you got to squint a little. I'm like, no, he doesn't.
There's so many moments in this movie. The writer, about 3 pages in, must have been like, oh, right, Ghost Rider. Like, he forgot what he was writing.
Next time we make love, you introduce me to Jade.
Thanks for listening to this week's episode of Cinephobe, where we did the first part of Ghost Rider. No one thought that Ghost Rider would be a 2-part podcast, but then we recorded it and it was a marathon. So be sure to tune in next week for part 2, the thrilling conclusion. And don't forget to subscribe to the Cinephobe feed, where you can find all the episodes of Cinephobe.